Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you've had a productive week, and I hope the sun is shining for you because, yay, it's shining in the UK today. And luckily, because I have sports day that I'm going to whiz off to in about 10 minutes time, so I have to make this really, really quick, but I promised this yesterday, and I didn't get a chance to deliver it. So I wanted to talk to you guys today quickly about creating your ideal client. Okay, so first of all, your ideal client can be somebody that you've created. It can be somebody that you've already served that you would like to serve more of. It could be a version of you that was in the past before you had discovered all these things that you want to now share. Okay, so I like to have it as a combination of everything. A little bit of what you didn't know, what you went through yourself, a little bit of somebody you'd like to work with, and a little bit of maybe some bits and pieces of clients that you have worked with that you've loved. Okay, so this is all about getting rid of the dehumanizing process that happens in marketing and sales and branding, where people just become numbers. They just become the surface level demographics. And I'm not saying that those things aren't important, and we will talk about that really quickly. But we are serving humans. We are networking with humans. We are marketing to humans. We are selling to humans, okay? And the way that consciousness is moving, we have to start treating people like they're people, right? That's how we build real connection. That's how we build real networking, right? Is by treating people like the people that they really are, rather than treating them like cattle that you're shuffling here, you're shuffling there, you're trying, or numbers. Okay, so I mentioned that a little bit in my video. Was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember now. But what I wanted to talk to you about really quick is how do we define our ideal clients, okay? So like I said, it could be parts of you from the past. It could be parts of a client that you've worked with that you've enjoyed that you would like to find more of that. And it could be parts that you'd like to create. Okay, so the first step is let's go through the demographic stuff, okay? Because although I just said that it's not just all of that. That is part of it, okay? So step number one is define all the demographics. So we've got age of your ideal client, gender, income level, geographic location, languages they speak, religious associations, if that's important to what you're selling, all of that kind of stuff, right? So all the basic demographic information. You want to define that. Did I say income, marital status, yeah, all that kind of stuff, okay? So the second thing that you want to start looking at is, what does she do for a living? Does she work a 9-to-5 job? Is she another entrepreneur that you're trying to connect with? Have a think about, what does she do for a physical job? Doesn't mean that's who she is, but it's good to know. What does she do for a job? Is she a stay-at-home mom? What is it? Is she a nurse? Is she a caregiver? That kind of thing. These are all going to give you clues to how you can connect with your ideal client, okay? So that's step two. What does she do for an income or for a living? Step three is family. Does she have a family? Is she a mom? Is she a parent? Is she a single mom? Is she divorced? Is she married but desperately trying to have a child? All of these things will give you a bigger picture of who your ideal client is and a way that you can speak to them too. Okay, so family is the third one. The fourth one is personal interests. So this is, what does she do in her spare time? What does she love doing? Does she love to cook? Is she learning a language? Does she love to travel? Does she love to spend time with friends? Does she love to spend time with family? Does she go camping? Does she like to cook? Does she love to shop? I mean, these are all great, great, great insights to who your ideal client is. And also, what does she read? That's a huge eye-opener for your ideal client. Does she read romance novels? Is she into self-help books? Does she love mystery? All these things can give you insight into what interests your ideal client and how you can connect with them. Okay, so that's 4, personal interest and hobby. Oh, TV, movies, all of those things. The list is really infinite, but you get the idea. What are her personal interests and hobbies? Okay, the last one is archetypes. So once you've gathered all this information about your ideal client, now start looking at her and say, okay, if I were my ideal client, how would I answer the archetype quiz? Go back to the archetype quiz. It's archetypes.com/quiz. Go on there and answer it as your ideal client. How would she answer those questions? How would she feel about certain things, right? Find out what her top 3 dominant traits are. That will give you a big insight into how you can communicate with her, the type of products and services that you can offer, how you deliver those products and services. For example, really quickly, I work with a lot of people who are the caregiver archetype, right? So naturally, hand-holding, comfort, all of those things come to mind for a caregiver, right? So a lot of my products are, for example, my branding journey product, right? It's not about just dumping something on someone and saying, see you later. It's about walking with them through that process, giving them the care and the attention that they deserve, right? That's the kind of thing that I'm doing with my clients. So if you know your ideal client's archetype, that can give you huge insight into how you're going to structure a lot of things in your business, right? And then once you know what your ideal client's archetypes are, then go back to your boards that you're creating, because you created one for you, which you should have narrowed down by now that you know your own archetype. And then you have an archetype board, or you have a board, Pinterest board for your ideal client. Now go through that wearing the goggles of her archetype. Okay, now that you've developed who she is, you've created who she is, you've probably used pieces of clients that you've dealt with before, maybe pieces of yourself. Now that you have a much, much clearer view of who your ideal client is, go through that Pinterest board and start weeding out stuff that doesn't fit in. What doesn't make sense? What wouldn't she say? Or what quote do you have on there that maybe doesn't make sense? Start weeding through everything. And now that you do know her archetype and you do know more about her and how multifaceted she is, now you can start pinning stuff into that board that will relate to her, right? So this should help you narrow down your ideal client so much more. Not only that, but you now have this Pinterest board that you can use as a way of manifesting her as well, right? So you can look in there and you can visualize that person coming to you. And I recommend that all of my clients name her or him or whoever your ideal client is, name them, give them a name. Okay, so when you sit down to write any piece of content for your business, whether it's a blog post or a Facebook ad or an email to your email followers or anything like that, a tweet, anything, now you can visualize who it is you're talking to and what you're going to say to them. Right? You're not just writing to this broad audience, you're writing for someone very specific. Now, I know it sounds scary. You think, oh, if I write something to someone about something that's very specific, then all the people that don't follow that or aren't interested in that won't be, included in that. And that's not true. Okay. They always say niche down, niche down, niche down. Do that with your ideal client too. Niche down, so you know who exactly it is you're talking to. But more than likely, you'll still end up attracting other people as well. But you're getting very, very specific. Okay. So we're doing that with your ideal client. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I'm sorry this is so short and sweet, but I have literally 5 minutes to get to the sports field. So I hope this makes sense. I will be back in and out, popping in and out today if you have any questions about your ideal client. But I hope that this helps you. I hope that this helps you narrow down who it is that you're talking to, who it is that you want to serve, who it is you can offer your products and your services to. Okay, this should give you a really clear idea for all your communication as well. How do you communicate to them? Okay, so short and sweet. Hope you guys have a great, great, great weekend. Thank you again, April, for showing up. I can't remember who's next week, so I'll hop on later and introduce who's coming up next week. But thank you for shining your light this week, April. And yeah, I hope you guys are all doing good and have a good weekend. All right, if you have any questions, please let me know. All right, take care, guys. Bye.